A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a Salvadoran migrant, was taken into custody by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, on Monday morning after checking in at a Baltimore facility. This follows his release from criminal custody just days prior, raising serious questions about the legality of his detention and impending deportation. Abrego Garcia's lawyer, Simon Sandoval-Machenberg, has swiftly filed a lawsuit challenging the deportation process, particularly the decision to send him to Uganda, a country he claims he has no ties to. This case has drawn significant media attention, highlighting the broader implications of immigration enforcement under the current administration. Abrego Garcia's situation is not just a legal battle. It is emblematic of the ongoing struggles faced by many migrants in the U.S. His lawyers argue that he was misled into accepting a plea deal that included a potential deportation to Costa Rica, only to later receive a notice indicating he could be sent to Uganda instead. Sandoval-Machenberg stated that Abrego Garcia is willing to accept refugee status in Costa Rica, but the sudden shift to Uganda has left his legal team scrambling to protect his rights. There was no need for them to take him into IC detention. He was already on electronic monitoring from the U.S. Marshal Service and basically on house arrest, Sandoval-Machenberg asserted. He emphasized that the detention appears punitive, aimed at penalizing Abrego Garcia for exercising his constitutional rights. The legal complexities of Abrego Garcia's case are compounded by his history. He was previously deported to El Salvador, where he faced dire conditions in a notorious prison before being returned to the U.S. after a federal court ruling mandated his return. The judge's decision was based on fears of persecution from gangs in El Salvador, a concern that remains relevant as the government now seeks to deport him again, this time to Uganda. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has publicly stated that Abrego Garcia is a member of the MS-13 gang, a claim his family vehemently denies. This allegation has fueled the urgency of his deportation, with Noem declaring that President Trump will not allow what she describes as an illegal alien to continue to pose a threat to American citizens. Senator Chris Van Hollen, who has been an advocate for Abrego Garcia, expressed outrage over the treatment he has received. Following a meeting with Abrego Garcia, Van Hollen stated, "The federal courts and public outcry forced the administration to bring Abrego Garcia back to Maryland. But Trump's cronies continue to lie about the facts in his case, and they are engaged in a malicious abuse of power as they threaten to deport him to Uganda, to block his chance to defend himself against the new charges they brought." Maryland Governor Wes Moore also spoke out in support of Abrego Garcia, emphasizing the need for a fair judicial process rather than a politically motivated deportation. He stated, "I just simply want a court and a judge to decide what is going to be the future fate of this case and all cases like this, and not simply the President of the United States or the Secretary of Homeland Security, who is trying to be judge, juror, prosecutor, and executioner inside this case." As the legal battle unfolds, Abrego Garcia's supporters, including immigration advocates and community leaders, have gathered outside the ICE facility, demonstrating solidarity and calling for justice. They argue that his case highlights systemic issues within the immigration system, where individuals can be subjected to arbitrary detention and deportation without due process. The ICE has remained tight-lipped about the specifics of Abrego Garcia's detention and potential deportation, leaving his legal team in the dark about the next steps. Sandoval-Machenberg's new lawsuit aims to challenge not only the deportation to Uganda, but also the broader implications of Abrego Garcia's confinement without a fair trial. As the clock ticks on his potential deportation, the situation remains fluid. Advocates for Abrego Garcia continue to rally support, calling for transparency and accountability in the immigration process. This case serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing complexities and challenges faced by migrants in America as they navigate a system that many believe is fraught with injustice and bias. The outcome of this legal battle could set significant precedents for future immigration cases, making it a critical moment in the ongoing national conversation about immigration policy and human rights. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.